good? What's good? What's good? This landlord.
This your man Dbanger Thomas, people of the world.
Hogg.
And this is Be Your Own Therapist. What's going on, fellas? How's everybody doing, man?
What's up, man? What's going on out there, man?
Everything smooth. Everything smooth.
Since last night, I seen my brothers and we was talking about the recaps and all that about the, the sports situations.
Yeah, I had a conversation about that too, and I kind of, my little nephew told me we forgot. No one said that, nothing about little Seth Curry being a part of that trade. So that's where that
I said that yesterday.
But I didn't hear you. Yeah, I didn't hear you. But that's where the score is gonna come from. He's gonna be able to put some buckets, some numbers on the board because it's not definitely not coming from Simmons though. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I wanted to send y'all the joint when I seen the joint. The nigga was talking about Simmons. He was like, yeah, and he said the same thing Hogg said. He was like, the man legs. Yeah, I know what y'all thinking about basketball, but that man is not in basketball shape. It's going to take him at least 2 to 3 months to get in basketball shape. So all that said is like, I'm still going with the James Harden and them side of that trade. With the James Harden side of the trade, y'all still wasn't mentioning the Millsap and all that. I know that's not much, but did y'all see the starting lineup? Then they got rid of him. They got the other rookie. Is he a rookie?
Millsap. That used to be in Utah.
Yeah, and Detroit.
He's in Philly.
Yeah, he was a part of.
That's a good look. That's a good look.
Millsap 76 years old. He ain't doing nothing.
He's all rich and Blake Griffin.
He's gonna do more work than Simmons. He'll do more work than Simmons.
76. He
in the same age group as Patty Mills, Blake Griffin,
yes.
Lamar.
That don't mean nothing. His body is 76 years old. He's out. Listen, he got one foot in the league and the other one in retirement.
And he's younger than them. All he needs is
he's gonna do more work than Simmons will. I promise you that.
Oh, come on, man.
I promise you that.
Simmons is going to be on a mission because he got everything to prove.
He definitely got everything.
He got everything to prove with no work ethic, bro.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. Because he wasn't in the gym. He wasn't in the gym first. So why would he be in the gym now?
And did you see his workout doing this summer though?
We can start that whole thing.
You haven't been seeing his workouts doing this summer. This kid,
this summer wasn't doing no work, bro. He just
yes, he was.
Like you've been seeing his workouts.
The man was hitting threes.
You see his
workouts? All right.
Have you seen his workouts during the summer?
No. Yes.
You telling my man Hall he ain't see something.
I seen it.
You've been blue chipping him. You checking out?
I seen some of them clips you talking about. But what I'm saying is while he hadn't been playing, he ain't been in the gym, bro. You know what I'm saying? He think he got something to prove.
He got a gym at home.
That's why he was having problems when he was on the squad because he wasn't producing, man.
How he wasn't producing? The man was averaging 8 assists and 10 rebounds a game. How's that not producing?
Because he wasn't scoring. It wasn't consistent scoring.
The game is not always about scoring. That's why Jason Kidd was such a great point guard. It's not about scoring. I'm going to get these rebounds, take these assists. Remember, Jason Kidd never had a jump shot. But he still was an elite point guard.
Jason Kidd does have a jump shot.
Later on in his career,
Jason Kidd is in the top 10 of 3-point history.
And later on in his career, not when he was with Phoenix.
Why later on in his career? Because he was in the gym. Yeah, he was working on his game.
Y'all forget how
Simmons don't work on his game.
Ben Simmons is still a baby. Y'all not understanding it. Everybody think he's been in it. Yo, they're still a baby, man. I'm telling you, that kid is still a baby. He's gonna grow. This is just a grown. He's gonna grow. He'll get it.
Still a baby, and they gonna sun that man.
If that man come to my shooting workshop, he'll have a jumper by tomorrow.
and whoever succeeded out of your shooting workshop, this is all I want to know. Give me one successful shoot out of your workshop.
Listen, I'll break it down right to the mechanics. You know who I really learned how to shoot from? 2 people, right?
You have
Mark
to make
Price.
shots.
Listen, and you really study. Mark Price and Larry Bird.
You can study.
It's all
Gandhi.
about consistency.
If you ain't got no shot,
all right, but listen. All right, it's all about, and you got to have a little bit of
confidence. 2 sharpshooters. You said 2 good names, 2 sharpshooters. Yeah, okay, so
but it's about repetition. It's about repetition and having that muscle memory. A lot of guys don't work on that. They just think you could go in the gym.
French Lick's finest, Larry Legend. French Lick's finest.
And then listen, also, right? You got to understand, right? You got to understand your body structure. You got to understand. It's all about your shoulders and your body structure. Your body type plays a lot into how you shoot the ball. People just think Shaq couldn't shoot free throws because he's not good. His body structure is too much muscle, so you don't get that fluid. You understand what I mean? So you gotta
finesse.
Yeah,
He don't know how to put the touch on
the
it.
same
It
thing.
had nothing to do with that.
More muscle. I'm telling
In
you, more
reality,
muscle. Listen,
it's a
more
reality
muscle.
that Shaq wasn't
I
paying
ain't even
attention
gonna-
to no
listen,
free
he can
throws
shoot,
until
so-
it started becoming important. Once it became
Name
important, where,
one-
oh, that's
listen.
how they stopping me. Now I got to pay attention to that.
All right,
Before that, nigga, I'm scoring 34. I'm going to fuck about my 6 attempts from the free throw line.
Listen, besides Karl Malone, name anybody you can say that have good muscle structure that's a good 3-point shooter, a free throw shooter. Just name one. You can say, yo, this dude is Diesel looking at, you know what I mean? But he shoot. You can't.
Anthony Mason, God bless the dead.
Anthony Mason.
Anthony Mason.
Anthony Mason was
he was butter from the free throw line. He was butter from the free throw line. Don't say
Larry
that,
Johnson.
But do you see his mechanics though?
All right, Jamal Mashburn. Don't do this with me.
Jamal
with
Mashburn ain't a
all
diesel
niggas
nigga.
that,
This nigga's
not,
a diesel nigga. Jamal Mashburn a diesel like a Shaq.
They
call
come
him
on, how would you say
Mash.
like a Shaq, bro? We're not talking about Shaq. Oh, we
right,
talking
so
about
listen.
a heavy mass, a top mass heavy player. Aren't that? Ain't what,
Those are, but are they good 3-point shooters?
Yeah,
No, you said free throw.
Okay, he was okay.
You said free throw. Don't change
but
it.
Anthony Mason was okay. Let me see. He probably was a 75% free throw shooter.
Larry Johnson.
I'll give him if even that.
Jamal Mashburn. Those used to be the type of players that was the NBA. So it's just you're not talking about this time right now. But remember, those
Ben Simmons mechanics is so awful, and I don't even know how you in the NBA and nobody work with your mechanics. His mechanics is awful. That's the problem. His mechanics.
He's like a Shaq. He was 6'10". He's a phenomenal.
You know how you
so it's
and
like
you know how you
athlete. Really, he's an athlete.
You know how you get your jump shot really fluid is by doing mid-range shots on the go. Constantly, you understand what I mean? A lot of mid-range shots. Don't
how
think
come
about
your mid-range shots is fluid?
What?
How come your mid-range shots
Come
ain't
on,
fluid?
man. Don't play with
No,
me.
you give it up here, give it up shit. Expert opinion, and you ain't got a fluid jump shot. We don't even know what's your free throw. We don't know what's your free throw percentage for the line.
87%.
Out of what? 30 attempts? Out of 30 attempts?
All right, man. All right. We leave it like. Let's get into
the Pop. What's the weather out there? You outside? You ain't cold,
it's cold. It's like maybe
he got
60.
some things in the system right now. He nice. You see how my man keep moving? He got Hoodie Pop out there right now. Nigga. After this, he going to the house.
Hoodie Pop.
Hey, yo, Banger, what type of freak shit you got in the back?
I'm
like, hold up, man.
And he highlighted it, right? Because he said to the side, like, check out.
No, I just took a look and I was like, oh shit. No, but that's a dope. You need to put that on the shirt.
My man on his level right now.
That'll be hot on the shirt.
I brought that.
You want a sip?
I had
you need a sip?
I had come home with that. And basically when Buttercup and I had connected, you know what I'm saying? Our first Valentine's Day, you know what I'm saying? I had that already waiting. I didn't know. I came home with it. Didn't know who would have been my Valentine at 2020. You feel what I'm saying?
Like all that sound good. That shit got a camera in it, right? In the second heart. She just filming everything he do.
Hey, yo. But yeah, when he put that joint together, I was like, hey, yo,
put that on the shirt.
He can't.
That'd be fire, right?
When he open it up and see the wires, he gonna be mad. Like, oh God, this wasn't camera. That man, what's the wire?
Scan it. You scan it and put that on the shirt.
Yeah, that'd be fire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into the before we get into Marcus Garvey. My bro called me today. He needed to get something off his chest. He nice. Let's get into it. And I told him Hogg might be the perfect person to give you some advice because my point of view might be a little different. So
Hogg, we came from a point of view where it was. I said I seen a growing up hip hop episode this week. I said, and it was funny because the nigga told the female, and that's the first time I seen a young nigga put it in that perspective. He was like, "Yeah, you excellent when it's coming to baby time. You're great when it's coming to your career time, but right now you're kind of failing as my wife." And for him to put it into that aspect, it was like, wow, for like niggas do still follow that aspect, but to hear it from a young nigga was like, hold up, like, And it made sense, like for real. Like sometimes they like we might not understand is more than one role. Like you might feel like you work, you did this, that, and the third, and you completed your task when that's not even half of your task. That's 1/3 of your mission.
Without question. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. And it goes back, the first thought of my head was when we talk about that the Willie Lynch theory, man, when we was talking about how they was talking about emasculating the man, getting him out the way, and then the woman not understanding her whole format, because now the women, now the young man, he was talking to a female that her mother wasn't taught anything, so she didn't deposit nothing to her daughter, and they really telling, hey, you could do it without the man. So when she has a family, what's going on, she's moving correct as far as her children, because that's a motherly instinct to nurture. That's an innate thing that she can't turn off. But to be submissive to a man, I hate to use the word submissive, but I'm saying to take that, to understand, to be, you know, that intimate with the man, not in the bedroom, but open up to be. I'm not finding the right adjective, but you know what I'm saying. He don't feel like. Yes, transparent. Yeah, right. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what's going on now within society and social media. They saying, you know, women are a boss, be a strong Black woman, which doesn't take away from their femininity, but at the same time, they want to allow themselves to be submissive in a man so they can link up like this. Because like you said, like I said, right now I'm moving my head. You know what I mean? Like the man is the head, but the head can't move without the neck. You know what I mean? So the woman is the neck. It allows the man to do what they got to do with assistance, but they still has to work together. You can't work. You can't work independently. Like I said, doing your thing, you know, cooking and taking care of my child. But I'm over here and I need, you know, an encouraging word. I need somebody push me and say I can do it, or, you know, you're doing a good job. You know, I appreciate you going out every day, coming back into the house. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's still a, you know, a desire as for, like, even a youth to understand, even if they didn't have a family, that family dynamic, if they didn't have a good structure, they somebody still want that from themselves. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, like you said. I think that's very interesting, but it goes all the way back to
the Willie
4
Lynch
weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, when we talked about the Willie Lynch, when it's taking the man out the way, so the woman thinks she's the man. Now I'm raising my daughter to be like me and my son to be like me. So my son is feminized and my daughter feels like more a masculine role. So when she finds a man, she don't know how to turn that goofy off. She's going to bump heads with him to compete for, you know what I mean? Control.
Competing for that dominance. And then also it's like a role reversal. That's when you would get into like the role reversal in the situation or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Where and then it's like the effeminization of the Black man. That's something that's also been perpetuated, you know what I'm saying, throughout the atmosphere, through television and you know what I'm saying, a lot of things, the effeminization of the Black man. Like, so that's incorporated within that Willie Lynch spell. You understand what I'm saying?
So I could big up the young man for stepping up and taking that position, say, okay, listen, this is what I need from you to make our boat rock. You know what I mean? Because at the same time, if I kept her mouth shut, I'm just gonna go along and let her do what she want to do. But nah, he's stepping up to where he needs to be and set the tone for his household, because every household is not the same either. You know what I mean? It's different dynamics in every household. So for him to take
he didn't really express it to her. He expressed it in a scenario where it would probably get back to her probably later on.
Oh, okay.
But he was just expressing it like me expressing it today. But it was funny to hear him actually have like not like the sense
of perspective.
Exactly, a great perspective, but like saying like I'm not even coming at you where it's wrong, like because you can't say are you wrong, and then to put it all in a perspective, it was on growing up in hip hop. So it was JoJo Simmons. He was sick, so he told her, he was like,
JoJo, okay.
He was like, listen, I watched the baby for a while, but like yo, I ain't had like no medicine. Like, could you go get me some medicine? I watch the baby. I'll take care of him from right now. If it ain't no problem, if you ain't really doing nothing, I got him. You know, I can sit him down into the joint. He explained it, like basically saying, leave him here and could you go get me some medicine?
Yeah.
So she going into all of the deeds or what about the medicine? And she like, yeah. And then after a while she go, well, you not feeling good enough just to get up? And he like, so you didn't want to go give me the medicine? Why you ain't say that? Because I wouldn't have been sitting here like 5 hours and like trying to wait for you to go get the medicine. So while he winds up going to get the medicine and all of that, but just in the act, he's saying that in that perspective, like she's not even willing to perform as my wife anymore. She thinks this and this is just enough. So he was explaining it to another brother that he actually had a chance to speak to.
And that's important for us as men to have, like I said, this outlet every day or every week we can get together as men to talk, because that's what happens. And cats, they hit a fuse because they don't have that outlet to get that off their chest or their heart. Did you guys hear about the young brother out in Wisconsin that killed his baby moms and then end up killing himself? You know what I mean? But he didn't kill the baby. He waited for the cops to come get the baby, and then he went to shoot out. He said, "I'm not killing myself." He went on live. But I'm saying it's an example of what happens when a young man doesn't have, or a man in general doesn't have that outlet to express what's on his heart and his mind. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's wild.
The craziest
one.
Go ahead.
What was the other one, Hogg?
It was another one when a young man he threw the baby over the bridge in the river and he killed the mother. I don't know what city that was in.
Man, what the fuck is niggas going on?
Niggas is too high, man. They do it too many different drugs.
But the baby was. I'm talking about like within in week. Yeah, no. The baby died. The baby was within weeks of being born. You know what I mean? And like cats is just going crazy out here, man. But
yeah, the craziest shit I heard was a nigga jumped out of the moving car, because he didn't want to hear his wife's mouth. She was talking too much.
Nah, yeah, I ain't never heard that.
All right, y'all say that's crazy. What's his nervous conditions like?
He jumped out of the moving car because she was talking too much.
That's cool, what happened. He said he jumped out the car because she was talking too much. He jumped out the car probably because what the reactions of what her talking too much was going to do. So he said, me jumping out this car is going to be a better, better results, bro. Because if
that man gonna cancel Christmas. I'm out of here.
Here's how I handle my situation, right? And maybe I'm doing it wrong, or I'm not perfect, but what I do is if we're having an argument or something like that, I'll say I ain't trying to hear that shit right now. I leave, or you know what I mean. I tune it, and I know it gets under her skin. But later on, I know I got to do things for makeup for me being an asshole. You understand what I mean? So it's just all the balance. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear that shit right now. Leave me the fuck alone. And you know what I mean?
You handle it when you can.
Right.
When I can physically handle that shit and it's not breaking me down and I feel like I'm at an advantage, I'll handle it.
Yeah. I don't think
yo, what's good? What's happening?
This young homie Ja.
What's going on with y'all, brothers?
Ja.
What's happening?
Good brother, man.
Hogg, what's happening, man? Ain't seen you in a little bit. Good to see you, man.
Yeah. Cool, man.
So this is Be Your Own Therapist, where we try to get things off of our chest. And today's topic is Marcus Garvey. And Ja, I know you come from a Jamaican descent, so you can, you know what I mean? I thought you would be a perfect host. Well, I'm sorry, guest to come in today's episode, man. But we just talking about relationships right now and so forth.
Got you. Yeah, no, whenever I'll listen in for a little bit, or if you want me to just go ahead, hop on, it's up to you. But I definitely want to see what y'all talking about for a second.
All right, bro.
Yeah, we was just talking about females, and like I seen an episode of Growing Up Hip Hop, and he was saying, and it basically goes right back to the Willie Lynch letter episode we had a couple weeks ago, where it's saying the females were taught to be independent. And he was saying, basically, my wife is being beautiful when it comes to taking care of the baby. She's exceptional when it comes to handling her business, but she sucks at being my wife. But him understanding the differentials at this point, and where we saying where is the miscommunication, basically, where we can't transfer what's going on.
Or why the women of this generation don't feel comfortable of taking that second tier role in the household, where they don't have to compete for, the top role, and being like the word in the word it talks about how the woman is a helpmeet. You feel me? So it's like, you got the headship and the woman's coming to assist the man in anything he has in his household, instead of competing for the leadership. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Ja, he a young cat. What do you think about that?
Nah, man. I first thing that I thought about honestly was the roles that you brought up, and one of the things that I think is just happening with our people generally is just the fact that we've just been under attack for so long that I think both sides are outside of their roles. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you talk about women not wanting to accept that helpmeet role, if you want to take it to the biblical route, also at the same time, you just look outside, you can clearly see that whether or not it's a majority, a minority of men or half, you don't even have to quantify, but you would agree that it's too many of us that aren't doing what we need to be doing. You get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if you do take that biblical route, the man is under God and the woman's supposed to be, following the man's lead and
right.
being over the kids. If they can't look to us in mass for direction, then you can understand why we are so out of whack, And that's one of the things that I've always thought about whenever it came to trying to step up to the plate. Because I completely agree. The women of this generation, especially my age group, I'm 29. You could even take it down to 25. I think it's just getting worse as you go younger. I definitely observe the same things that everyone else is observing, but I feel like our roles as men, I feel like we're very confused about what we need to do just because of the pressures that the world is bringing on us. So I don't really know what it takes. I don't know if y'all have gotten to the part of the conversation where you're talking about solutions. But as far as the problem goes, yeah, no, I completely agree. I think everyone is outside of their role. Nobody really understands, what they need to be doing for the larger group.
Yeah, and I can agree. And it may not be everybody, but I think as a man, if you're doing the things you're supposed to do, a female shouldn't have no problem. And if she do, that's not the person. You know what I'm saying? You need to be with. So but it's a lot of other things going on. We got, you know what I mean? It's a lot of everything. It's a lot.
And to be honest with you, just if I could chime back in real fast off of what you said, Pop, I just want to add a little bit more, detail to what I'm saying is that, if you recognize that our people are under attack, you can understand why we're so far away and far off from where we belong, because, this was a concerted effort. We can just, I like to use the phrase the enemy. You get what I mean? Hogg and Pop have heard me talk about the enemy, and I feel like we're spiritually under attack. And that's why, like Hogg said, we're outside of our roles. We're spiritually under attack.
You hit the nail on the head too, without understanding where you at, Ja. Because a couple weeks ago we had a talk about the Willie Lynch theory and how the letter it talks about getting the woman to raise the kids, raise the female, and then feminize the man with her son, which would feminize him, and the man be totally out of the box. So you hit the nail on the head with that, as far as not understanding their proper roles. You know what I mean? Because they're raised by the woman. She's already out of sync, and then she's established into her daughter to be that strong, independent black woman, and then really babying and feminizing the male. So now when they grow up, like you said, they don't know which way to go. So that makes complete sense what you said, and it goes in line with what we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, especially with
like
that spiritual, with the spiritual part. My fault, man.
Like, I was about to say, I would like to go further and hear what my brother had to say about the solution.
Well, I got you. Dbanger, you want to go ahead? You about to say something? I don't mind getting into the solution. I just, I want to get a feel for what everybody's saying.
Yeah, more or less. I ain't even want to stop that flow, Ja. I was just piggybacking off of what you were saying on the spiritual part and what Hogg was saying, that spiritual spell of the Willie Lynch letter. Like, as far as like a closest theme or a narrative that we could pinpoint it to as a people. Oh, well, what's the issue? We over here. Oh, this is going on. You know what I'm saying? Willie Lynch spell. But go ahead, Ja.
Yeah, no, and I wasn't involved in that conversation that y'all had from, a couple weeks ago when you talked about the Willie Lynch spell. But if you want to even, take a step back and just look at everything that took place, you know, to our people during that time period, everything was dedicated to breaking us apart. You know, whether it was directly breaking up the family, you know, splitting up families, whether it was splitting up people who came from, you know, the same tribe or the same area. It was about confusing us. You know, we were all kind of tossed together, different languages, you know, stripped of our names. Everything is about confusion. And then when Hogg talks about the fact that, you know, our women have been taught to be strong and independent, compare that to what other groups of women worldwide have been taught. And you can understand that what's taking place as far as what's being done to us is we are being purposefully split apart. We are being purposefully taught, you know, for our women not to see us as, you know, a companion, as the person that they need to be with in this fight. And for a lot of us, as you observe, you know, just in the media, and especially as, you know, time has gone on, there are so many of us who don't recognize that, you know, the Black struggle is the number one struggle that we still need to pay attention to. And I might not, you know, I'm not speaking for everybody when it comes to that. There are some people who might feel like, you know, maybe there are other things that are more pressing. But I feel like where we stand in the Black struggle is the number one issue that we need to take care of before we can really move on to the rest of these issues that plague, you know, our community and our people. And that can segue into the conversation about solutions.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask you, all right, so as far as how will we specifically be able to define to our people what our specific issues are, as opposed to like intermingling with everyone else's, quote unquote.
So I actually think about this a lot because, you know, it's something that it gets on my nerves a little bit, you know, when I turn on certain forms of media and, you know, I see our people, we're talking about our issues. But one of the things that I observe very quickly is that anytime there is an organic Black movement, it's only a matter of time until that movement gets replaced or it gets adjusted in such a way that we are no longer, you know, the primary onus, the primary focus of that movement. Because I remember when Black Lives Matter, you know, was that original grassroots movement, and the focus and all of the wording around it was purely about, you know, Black people, Black men, police brutality, unarmed individuals, you know, being killed as well as abused by, you know, the institution of police, civil rights, you know, the justice system. But now when you can go on the Black Lives Matter website. I mean, I read up on these things. You can look on the website. You can look at some of the initiatives that they're involved in at this point. A lot of it has to do with, you know, pushing a new version of the family. That was something that confused me.
Yes.
Pushing a new version of the family, making it more acceptable for the standard nuclear family to stand. And if you were on the ground, boots on the ground originally, and you joined the movement and you're like, hey, we got criminal justice reform coming. We're getting ready to do something about police brutality. And then in less than 10 years, the movement starts pushing something that you know isn't going to be good for our people. You have to question why that is. And it takes it back to what you talked about. You know, you had a conversation 2 weeks ago, whether or not, you know, it's the Willie Lynch theory or just the attitude, everything is about splitting us up, splitting up our family base. Everything goes back to that.
And removing us as the man out of the household, because, like, I mean, as far as the specific dynamics of the founders of the organization,
we call it the spell.
What you just said, it makes sense to me, because when I got the information about the founders or what have you, you understand what I'm saying? And then you saying this now, I'm like, wow, it adds up why it's going the way that it's going, and it definitely coincides with what we're saying, because not only does it change the dynamics of our family, household, and everything, it continues to remove us out of the household. You know what I mean? And the family, some way, somehow, still being able to go on.
But you know what else we're missing sometimes out of our household is the ability to laugh with, you know what I mean, with each other and just have fun. You know what I mean? We so battling, you know what I mean, working all of this shit. Like you almost forget to have fun. The craziest shit that happened today, right? So I'm sitting and my shorty come and she like, yo, what the fuck? What happened to your hairline? I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, yo, the barber crushed the shit out of your hairline. And that shit was so funny. You understand what I mean? I was like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, yeah, that nigga fucked you up. But that's some shit you hear from one of your homies. You understand what I mean? I was like,
right.
Wow. But you know, we really forget to have fun when it's all, you know what I mean? Just have fun.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you this story, right? Everybody know, everybody know. Me and my father, he passed away on Christmas, right? So boom, we all at. It's like everyone's saying, it's like a real movie scene. At all his children around his bedside, this and that. He transitioned. We go back to the Airbnb. Everybody chilling, watching TV, eating food, whatever. So my brother. And my brothers, they start cracking jokes. They cracking jokes on my outfit. Ah, look what he got on, this and that. The whole house falling down, rolling. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, our father had just passed away no sooner than 20 minutes ago. But he had established that foundation, and the spirit of family was still there. That we understand through all the hurt and pain, but we had, like you said, Pop, the ability to laugh together. And I know, even though I was the butt of the joke, first of all, I'm not tripping because I know my fit fresh. I don't care what they talk about. You know what I mean? But it was the dynamic that he built for us to have a foundation after he left. And and it was like surreal for me because I'm in my head like, yo, my daddy just died. Everybody rolling, but these was hearty laughs, cats rolling over on the ground, slapping tables. You know what I mean? Ah, look at, you know what I mean? So. Yeah, going back to what Jai was saying, right? But it really makes sense going back to that because he was talking about how from the jump they wanted to destroy the family dynamic. Not only are we being replaced and intermixed with different cultures, that's where the solution is going to start because we have to rebuild the family unit. That's where community comes from. That's where our culture comes from. Being a family, being able to laugh and talk and share down stories. You know what I'm saying? That's how one of the solutions, we talk about solution, but it made sense of what Jai was saying because we were all displaced, like he said, so we don't even know how to connect. I'm with a new mom. I don't even know where my dad is, or now going to this generation, I haven't even seen my dad and my mom, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, we have to build a family structure first because after we get the family, then we build the community. Now the community, now we can change the world. But it's going to start with the family and everybody understanding their proper roles within that family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Word. Brother's right. But my line really crushed y'all?
Nah, I can't see it.
Yeah, you got shadow. Once you start to get shadow, nigga, it's time to get replaced.
Yo, what the fuck? I was like, oh shit.
That's why you put that hoodie on.
Shit was funny as shit, man. I'm like, damn.
When we get to the Proverbs, why don't we get to the day's
No, not yet. We got to keep going because you never know what's going. You know what I mean?
But we would have to because remember, Hogg still got to step out, so we got to.
Hogg, what time you got to step out?
He said,
"I'm gonna get out of here
when we
started. I'm gonna get out of here about 7."
Yeah, 7? So let's get that started right now. He talking 7. It's 8. He talking 8 for us. 8 and 7.
All right, so I wanted to this Psalm 12.
Hold up, Banger. I'm sorry. You can't throw one of these bombs across the net like that and then go into the what was you getting into? But I ain't going. Go ahead, go into Psalm 8.
Proverbs.
Go to the Proverbs. That's what we need to be. Let me tune out. I'm sorry.
Proverbs.
All right, copy. All right, so Proverbs chapter 12. Whoever loves instruction loves knowledge, but he who hates correction is stupid. A good man obtains favor from the Lord, but a man of wicked intentions he will condemn. A man is not established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous cannot be moved. An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who causes shame is like rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsels of the wicked are deceitful. The words of the wicked are lying wait for blood. but the mouth of the upright will deliver them. The wicked are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous will stand. A man will be commended accordingly to his wisdom, but he who is of a perverse heart will be despised. Better is the one who is slighted but has a servant than he who honors himself but lacks bread. A righteous man regards the life of his animal, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. He who tills his land will be satisfied with bread, but he who follows frivolity is devoid of understanding. The wicked covet the catch of evil men, but the root of the righteous yields fruit. The wicked is ensnared by the transgression of his lips, but the righteous will come through trouble. A man will be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hands will be rendered to him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he who heeds counsel is wise. Pardon me. A fool's wrath is known at once, but a prudent man covers shame. He who speaks truth declares righteousness, but a false witness, deceit. There is one who speaks like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise promotes health. The truthful lips shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of those who devise evil, but counselors of peace have joy. No grave trouble will overtake the righteous, but the wicked shall be filled with evil. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who deal truthfully are his delight. A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims foolishness. The hand of the diligent will rule, but the lazy man will be put to forced labor. Anxiety in the heart of man causes depression, but a good word makes it glad. The righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray. The lazy man does not roast what he took in hunting, but diligence is man's precious possession. In the way of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death. This is a reading unto the Lord. Thanks be to the word of God. Amen.
Peace.
Amen. Amen.
That's what's up. So y'all want to go into a Marcus Garvey just before Hogg get up out of here?
Word. I want to say one thing about the Proverbs. Number 4, the virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh a shame is rottenness to his bones. So we talking about how, JoJo was talking about his woman, his wife. That's number 4 right there. You know what I mean? Like the crown when she's being that helpmate, he's a crown to her. But when she coming against him, that's rotting his bones. You know what I mean? So it's important for us to work together. But yeah, man. I appreciate the y'all doing the Proverbs before I got up out of here though.
Proverbs really that's really the solution. One of the things that I always looked at when it came to the book of Proverbs, I always read it as just a direct instruction manual on what we as men should be doing.
Right.
That's how I always read it.
That's fire.
And one of the things that really even brought me to the book of Proverbs, and it's so funny that you actually chose, to read from that, is the fact that, they regard Solomon as being one of the wisest men, if not the wisest man.
Facts.
And since he wrote Proverbs, that's why I always looked at it like, why not take wisdom from he who is regarded as, the wisest?
Yeah, sure. He could have asked God for anything, right, Ja? He could have asked him for anything, and he asked God to be able to deal with his people wisely. That's bananas, right?
He told us the solution with 2 words, bro. Keep going, man. Don't fuck with nobody. Leave them alone. Stay strong in your beliefs and know what it's about, man. Don't try to
check it. The wisdom, like you said, he was the wisest man, but having wisdom is not enough. And like what Ja was saying, what I like what he said too, is like that's the application. They say the application of knowledge that's prudence. You know what I mean? So Proverbs is really showing you how to apply that in your life. You know what I mean? And put it to action. You can have wisdom, but if you don't know how to use it or where to use it, it's useless. You know what I mean? Or you don't know how to apply it. So the application prudence is the application of knowledge or wisdom. You feel me? So yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Knowing how to use it, you know what I mean, and helping establish where it's at. Like I always give the example when I'm on a college campus, like, you know, if I have my shoes untied, I'm walking around tripping on my shoes. I know how to tie my shoes, but until I apply the knowledge to tie it, I'm gonna keep tripping. Feel me? So you gotta know, it's not just having the wisdom is not enough. You gotta know when to use it, and when to not use it.
No, I like that. I definitely like that, especially as the application. And you know, I think this is from Proverbs 5. I think this is from Proverbs 5. I forget what specific verses it was, but the verse that I always remember for Proverbs is the fact that, you know, they say that fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Beginning of knowledge.
It also says the beginning of knowledge, but later in Proverbs it says the fear of the Lord is beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of what is holy is understanding.
Okay.
You get what I mean? So just like you said, this is the blueprint. But I'm trying to remember what chapter in Proverbs it was. It might all just be you know, chapter 5, but it does say that fear of the Lord is beginning of knowledge, but it also says that fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of what is holy is understanding. And that was something that, you know, I actually started to put into my prayers, you know. And one of the things that, you know, I even take with what you said, you know, we have to learn how to apply it. And I know we didn't get to Marcus Garvey, but the main thing I was going to bring up for Marcus Garvey is his belief in self-determination. You get what I mean? That, you know, our freedom and us meeting the promised land would have to come from us. And on an individual level, you know, you have to be the one to get yourself to what you want. And I really like that metaphor that you made about walking around with your shoes untied, because you can have the knowledge on what to do, but, you know, you have to have that self-determination to actually tie your shoes, so that you can get up and keep going.
I like Solomon because he talk my language. No disrespect. It's either or. Like he harsh, and it is no like. It's either it's my way or I told you what it is, man. You either believe it or you die.
Yes, it's right or left. It's right or left. No in between.
Oh, and that was actually Proverbs 9 verse 10. Proverbs 9 verse 10.
All right.
Yeah, well, who want to start with? Let's get into Marcus Garvey. Who gonna start this? You gonna start this up, Hogg? We want to
Yeah, I'm just piggyback on what Josh said. We're talking about how I know that he was all for the black man. When I was looking at the things they had, he said he used to travel. You know, he traveled the world, and every country he went to, the black man was always the one that was on the bottom. And so Marcus Garvey was just about putting us in our proper place, or even going back. Like he had a thing like, let's take all the black people back to Africa. He wanted to bring them back to original homeland, and he went through a lot of different changes, and he ended up going to jail because they felt like he was trying to raise money to buy boats to take black people back home. You know what I mean? But I thought that was the most interesting thing about Marcus Garvey, because he just wanted to see the black people succeed. And more importantly, what Jai was saying is that we could be our own solution. We didn't have to. I was looking at another, like a documentary, you know, couple minute videos where they talk about how he was not only in favor of some of the things that KKK did, because he believed in having that separation. He didn't want to be a part of anything the Europeans had going on. You know what I mean? So it's not like he was in support of them having their foot on our necks, but he was in support of that separation, or what's it called when in country, segregation. Yeah, so he was for that, but he originally wanted to take all the black people back to Africa. And he ended up having to go to jail because he was raising money to buy some boats or something like that, and they thought he was raising the money, and he had to go do a 5-year bid over that. It was they were sending money to him and all this and that, but he didn't have the intentions of keeping the money. He was actually trying to buy a boat or something like that, but they ended up railroading him, and he had to sit down 5 years in jail.
Wow. Yeah, so the boats that you're talking about, he actually incorporated. He made a company called the Black Star Line, and it was he had a few ships. He actually had a few ships, but one of the things that I ended up learning that I thought was the most interesting fact was the fact that the very first black FBI undercover agent was actually hired to infiltrate Marcus Garvey's organization. The very first one. You get what I mean? Like that's how much power he held, was that the Federal Bureau of Investigations, for the first time felt that it was so necessary to get close to this person's organization so that they could get an ear in, that they actually hired the very first black agent for this particular job,
Agent like informant, like to be a part to infiltrate what he got going on, or agent period just to be
an informant. An informant.
Oh man.
I mean, no, I get what Hogg is saying, like just the first ever employee or like the first.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Or was he actually an FBI
I'm not
agent
sure.
that went into the field?
I'm not sure if he was just the first employee. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, just saying like I'm channeling what y'all was saying. Or he was just was he an FBI agent who went in the field, or was he like the guy with Fred Hampton that they just that happened to commit a charge?
Infiltrate.
No, you do something wrong, and then they send your ass that way, because all he did was get locked up, and then they bribed him that whatever he was going to do was going to send him up. So then he was, oh, you going to do this for us? You're an informant, a rat.
I'm about to check this out right now.
Nah, I get what you're saying. I'm not actually
what was
I think he was hired. Like I think
what was Garvey's? He also created like a black association. What was the acronym? Banger, you got that written down in your notes?
I think it's the UNIV.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, the
Universal Negro Improvement Association.
Right. So I was saying, was that FBI trying to get with them and get him, and just like how they did similar to the Fruit of Islam when they got in there with Malcolm, and just mix in and get some nuggets while they in there thinking they from it, but really coming back, taking everything back out.
We done broke down the system so much, like just with this platform, we learned that the FBI is basically, they was just formed to kill black leaders and entertainers.
Hey, yo, bro, not to cut you off, but you was absolutely right, Ja. James Jack Wormley Jones was America's first black special agent, hired in 1919 to infiltrate U.S. paramilitary groups with radical agendas and ties to the Communist Party and Ku Klux Klan.
He was an FBI officer. He was an agent.
Yeah, he was an agent. That's a fact. They got his picture here and everything. He was born September 22nd, 1884. He died December 11th, 1958. He got,
Oh, wow. Yeah, I see it. That's exactly who pulled
so
up.
He was an African-American policeman and a World War I veteran.
Is that the same cat? You know, the Spike Lee had that video about the black men, the KKK black man, the first black man. Did y'all see that movie? I never saw it yet.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Black Klansman, yeah. Is that the same cat?
Yeah, I've seen that, but that was like a comedy. If you had,
that's not him. No,
it was a real person though. It was a real person that ended up
based on truth though, Lance.
doing some work like that.
That's what.
No, but that's not.
It's not the same person, but
because they just broke down how he was the first black agent. So basically, like,
so this is what's crazy, because we know how the FBI works. So he basically did dirt. He planted dirt. He was the first dirty, not only the first black FBI agent, but dirty agent.
Well, it doesn't specifically say that. They used him to infiltrate that. Well, I mean, with that infiltration and then him being the first, there was probably some pressure for him to get his hands dirty. 9 out of 10. But we should probably do some more research to see what exactly he brought back on them.
Garvey. What was it? Yeah, what was their charges? What was the FBI charges?
I think they got him on mail fraud. It was something stupid.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean that Jones, you know what I'm saying? He was the cause of them getting that information.
He was the cause. It be your old brother sometimes.
That's why they saying he's an agent. What else he gonna?
Nah, just because they hired him to be the first, don't mean he was with the program. Other than him just doing his job or what? You understand? He could have fluffed them. He could have fluffed them back with information for all we know.
But not only was you the first, that was your first task. So and that
it doesn't specifically say that was his first task, bro.
I'm not
he
sure.
Was hired to infiltrate U.S. paramilitary groups. The ill thing about it here on Google is that Marcus Garvey's face is right on top of this paragraph I'm reading. That's the ill thing. But it's specific. He was used to infiltrate. He was not used.
So who you gonna use a black man? Who you gonna hire a black man to infiltrate besides black people?
I wasn't disputing that, bro. I was disputing how dirty he got against the black people he infiltrated, bro. That's all. Just because he was all I was saying is that, you understand what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying he had to be dirty because, you know, the last episodes we done came up, they was finding either bullshit or they was planting shit to try to get these people framed. So we know they was coming from all angles. That's just how the FBI was planning. So I'm asking, like, what exactly did he get caught with so we can know how they was playing it at that time? Because that's 1920, right?
Yeah, the biggest thing, it seemed like not biggest, but it seemed like what they got him for was that mail fraud, like what Hogg and Jai said. He was indicted for mail fraud in 1922. 1919, old boy was just hired, and he served part of a 5-year prison term before being deported in 1927.
And then he came back in 1929 or something.
I don't recall when he came back or if he did.
Yeah, I think he went to like England. He was over in England.
Yeah, I don't think he made it back to America though.
He didn't want to come back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we could take it back to the teachings though. You know what I mean? We could swing it back over to the solutions. You know what I'm saying? But I think, you know, however the details were as far as the FBI, you know what I mean? Like, I think that just recognizing the fact that an organization that powerful, you know, stepped out of their way to, you know, infiltrate an organization that was doing something positive for the people. You know what I mean? I think that that's really, you know, the biggest takeaway from it. You get what I'm saying? And I think that the only way to really move ourselves from this point, based off of the fact that, you know, so much has gone on for so long, and I think that the progress has slowed down significantly. I think that we do need to take a look back and see how we can adjust what we're doing, because I don't trust the position that we're in right now.
Not to cut you off, bro. I found some more information, and you were right, Lan. Dang. Check it though. Check it. Listen, during his time in the FBI, Jones served in New York City, and Pittsburgh. In New York, he was assigned to infiltrate the Universal Negro Improvement Association under the leadership of Marcus Garvey. Although he was seeking evidence of subversive activities during the Red Scare of 1919, Jones's work led to the arrest and trial of Garvey on mail fraud charges. Dang. While conducting his surveillance, Jones adopted the code number 800 for his reports and was also known as Agent 800. He apparently knew that his clandestine role was not well concealed. During a March 1920 speech at the UNIA Liberty Hall, he took special pains to point out to the audience that he was indeed of African ancestry, although he had the appearance of a person of Caucasian or European ancestry. Nevertheless, he engendered the trust of the UNIA leadership to such an extent that he was able to gain responsibility for registering all incoming correspondence. His access to UNIA correspondence, along with his position as adjunct general in the African Legion, were essential in enabling his information gathering activity.
So he wasn't all black.
That nigga knocked off the head, and he had access to all of the new ones that want to join.
He was all black. He was just light skinned.
He biracial.
Nah, he was light skinned.
You can call him what you want.
That didn't mean he was biracial. That just meant he was white.
All he trying to point out is he was used to the master. He was to the house. He was used to the master. He was light.
Yeah, he was.
You know, he had to point that out. He was light skinned. You knew that. You can't trust no light skinned nigga back in them days. He forgot what he was.
Yeah, he was a house Negro. Dang.
He was the house.
Wow. They built the house. They built the house around this Negro.
I mean to point it around the FBI. We had like 4 to 5 episodes, and 4 to 5 episodes that led to the FBI against Billie Holiday, the FBI with Martin Luther King, the FBI with Fred Hampton, the FBI against this, the FBI. It seemed like the FBI, and they said it purposely. Anybody who gets enough black people to respond, we feel that he has the capability to become a messiah, and we are going to change it before it gets to that point.
Niggas, they operate like the mob.
Yo, I'm gonna shake, fellas.
Right, man.
Ja, appreciate you showing up. Hopefully you pull up again on us, Ja.
Yeah, that's the only reason I was going at the FBI so hard, because they've been when we've been doing our homework and checking the 9 history, they was designed basically to send us our own at us. They ain't even doing it. They just getting somebody and sending them at us.
Nah, for real. I mean, that's the craziest. That's the craziest part. It's like we doing the work for them. You get what I mean? And one of the things that I noticed, I don't know how it is for y'all, depending on where you're located, but it's definitely went up since the pandemic hit. You get what I'm saying? Like. Mm-hmm. It's definitely went up. It's getting a few more degrees crazy. You get what I mean? And it's always been crazy in certain areas, but it turned up a little bit more since the pandemic.
I'm glad you said that, Ja, and I'm glad you know, because that's definitely how I feel and see it too, bro. Like literally, like I be feeling like this is like the beginning of like the race war or something, bro. Like and then like world-wise, I feel like with the whole Russia thing and all that, that's building. That's like the beginning of like World War III. And then like spiritually, I be feeling like any moment the sky could open up and Christ could return. Like those my breakdowns right now. But like I've been getting chills with the situations, man, how they just murdering us, man. They literally like they've been killing us, bro. And we've been had a target on our back. But right now, bro, like you're saying, they really turned it up. And I don't know if too many people really are paying attention to that, man. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's death all around. You get what I'm saying? Like, whatever your position is, as far as the pandemic goes, they acknowledge it all the time. They say that it's affected, our community the worst. You get what I mean? Our community has a lot of comorbidities, high blood pressure. I mean, regardless of what it is, you get what I'm saying? Like, we dying from so many different things at the same time. But like we said, it's a different level when you look at the violence that we have between each other. And to take it back, even to what Pop said like a while ago when he talked about our ability to smile, you look at the way that we deal with one another. You get what I mean? And the general attitude, like it's something that's just in the air.
Yeah, man.
You feel like the sky could open up and, Jesus could come back. I think that's from what's in the air. I think everybody can sense it.
Yeah. So Ja, just let people know what you got going on. I don't know if you still do the the website and the YouTube channel. And just give a brief introduction to what it is you do, man. Because I think from the couple of times that we met earlier, when I first met you, man, I was so amazed by how young you were and the things that you was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. So, I was working on an education website, recently, and that's what Pop was referring to. The pandemic, we kind of had to take a step back and rework things. So, we're waiting to come back out with something. But the plan, regardless of whatever it is, is to find a way to give back to our people, focus on education, and focus on the next generation. Because, at the end of the day, really we you know, for those of us who have already been here standing on this earth making steps, you know, we've already spent a lot of time. We've already spent a lot of time here dealing with this. And we've been, you know, spiritually under attack, as we've been talking about. So we have to prepare the next generation, prepare them to be strong so that they can, you know, do what they need to do. So business wise, you know, that's something that I'm focused on, just trying to find a way to give back and leave my mark on different things. And that's my general attitude. So, you know, more to come in the future. You get what I mean? I definitely appreciate the invite. I'm trying to sit in on this, you know, going forward, especially just get the reminder of the word. So I definitely appreciate everybody on the line for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna
definitely appreciate you taking out your time and everything, bro. And I just want to commend you, you know what I mean? Because just even without the accolades that you specified and everything, but for you to be the age that you are, I wasn't doing the things that you're doing at your age. And that's what I want to commend you for. I'm at a point in my life at 46 where I'm doing my best to focus more on being a part of the solution as opposed to the problem or feed into the problem. But I just want to commend you on that, man, for where you are in your life at this point.
Yeah,
oh, thank you. I appreciate that from the heart.
Yeah, and you know, every time when we're ready to go on, I'll send you the link and then, you know, send you the topic anytime. You know what I mean? Feel free to you know, come through. But where Ben at?
Gotcha. Alrighty, appreciate y'all. I'm gonna look out for that link next time.
All right, man. Good luck, bro.
All right, peace, y'all. Yeah, laying over there somewhere, Pop.
But yeah, I think this is I mean, we can kind of shut it down. We touched on everything we were supposed to touch on, and this is perfect. We just about an hour in.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, we just about an hour in. Ooh, it's brick out here now, man.
Oh, okay, that's what it. Yeah, it's getting kind of nippy out there on your side.
Outside,
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Now, I definitely feel you on that. What's you said you going with Cincinnati for tomorrow?
I don't want them to win. I don't.
You don't want them to win, so
I don't want them to win. But
who you want to win?
I really want Stafford to get his first ring because, you know what I mean. He's been there for a long time, and, you know, really people slept on his abilities, but it was the team he was on. But it's just something about Cincinnati that they really have nothing to lose because they're not even supposed to be here. You know what I mean?
Well,
so when you're playing,
they are supposed to be here.
Yeah, when you're playing that way, you play a little bit more freely, and I think Jamar Chase will be a problem.
He's somebody to look out for.
Yeah, he's gonna be a problem. But on the other hand, I think with Odell and Cobb, that is it. It just might be too much for Cincinnati. But then again, you know, being on that big stage, and when you're expected to win, it's just too much. You know what I mean?
If you haven't been there before, right?
Yeah, and then, you know, cheeks start getting tight. You start dropping balls and all of that. You know what I mean? Palms are sweaty.
You
know, you never know.
What's up with I'm going with LA. I'm going with LA just because I'm just not. I was thinking, I was like, damn, I wonder if I should have jacked Cincinnati, but I already slid to LA, so I'm gonna just stick with LA and I'm gonna see where the chips fall. But outside of that, I wanted to ask you, what did you think about that James Harden trade? I didn't, you know, I wasn't.
I was telling them it was the worst trade that Philly could have did because they gave up too much for James Harden. They gave up way too much.
So it was the worst trade that Brooklyn could have ever done. You saying?
Not Brooklyn. Brooklyn came out great for Brooklyn.
Oh, who
Philly?
Who Brooklyn getting?
Philly got rid of Ben Simmons, Steph Curry. I believe, was it Paul Millsap? Oh no, it was. I think it was Andre Drummond. I'm sorry.
So the three of them are going to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And Harden
James
is going
Harden,
to Philly.
and they gave up 2 first-round picks.
So then, even after this season, going into the draft, they really not going to be in a position to really build around him.
Nah.
So what you think is it's like a layover spot for him? Or how long is the deal for?
I don't know, but I don't know how long. I don't even know if this man is a free agent next year or what. But it's just
it got to be something on the back end though. If you just off of you breaking those, you know what I'm saying, those variables down. Like, nah, I got to be something else. I was tight, bro. Yo, bro, I was tight. I was like, nah, they got rid of Harden. I'm like, and you know what I'm saying? I was loving just that mix when Kyrie pulled up, KD pulled up, and I was just loving the fact that they was all there together. And you feel what I'm saying? Like, so when I heard about that, I was like, damn, son, that's bananas. And then I start to think about what the dynamics are behind the scenes. Because before we go, Pop, you know what I watched? I watched a YouTube video on when who was that? Who your man that was in that was in Boston. He was in Boston with Paul Pierce and them.
Rajon Rondo?
Ray Allen.
Okay, big play Ray.
They was you know anything about the little rift that went on between Ray and the rest of them? Like was it how he left? Because Paul was saying on
it started. This is how I think it started, right? Doc was giving too much leeway to Rondo. You understand what I mean?
Doc Rivers?
Yeah, I think so. This is just from hearing all the story. And Ray Allen didn't kind of, you know what I mean? Even though they was winning and all of that, like it wasn't mixed. Yeah, it wasn't meshing together. You understand what I mean? So
even though they won the chip together, talent wise, they really wasn't meshing together. You saying that?
It's just like, you know what I mean? If Doc Rivers was catering, I feel like he was catering maybe more to Rondo, and probably Ray Allen feel like, yo, nigga, I'm the reason y'all got. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't shit. You know, and that's why I think Doc Rivers is not that great of a coach. To tell you the truth, he's not that great.
That's ill because see now you brought a whole you brought a little different perspective.
He's not that great of a coach.
Yeah, because what I got, what I had taken from it, they were tight. They were tight about like how he left. Like one of the things Paul was saying, which is encompassing of what you're saying also, obviously, I imagine, right? But like Kid was saying how he was like, yeah, like, you know, when I'm hearing about this, I'm calling him. He not even taking my calls. You know what I'm saying? And then on that show with what's the brother's name? That's real animated. That's on ESPN.
Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah. So Ray was on an episode there with Stephen A. Smith. This is all through YouTube. I caught this.
Yeah.
And he was like, so how did you feel when all of them basically pulled up and was together, but you were excluded from that? That's how I caught wind of it. Like, oh, what's this about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
he felt like, y'all niggas, you know what I mean? Y'all got y'all click and all of that. Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I don't even understand where it came from. Like with a couple of them, I can understand. I see, you know, like with Paul, he reached out or whatever, and I didn't, you know, hit him back. I understand that, but we took care of that basically. You know what I'm saying? But like the rest of them, he was like, yeah, like a couple of them, they didn't even have a voice. They shouldn't even said anything. They wasn't even on the team. Basically, he was saying.
And I feel that for them, Ray Allen was the piece. Without him, they don't win that chip.
Copy.
Without Ray Allen, they don't win that chip. I'm telling you, that kid, nice. Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about the flick that he played in.
This
and
game
all that with Denzel. That was fire.
And people forget about the Seattle Ray Allen. They just think, oh shit. For y'all younger generations, go watch the Seattle Ray Allen.
Oh, when he was out there?
Yeah, nigga, he was giving it to Kobe. Shit. Shit, Ray Allen. Nigga, this game is him and Jamal Crawford is probably one of the most underrated offensive players that, like, yo, these niggas are proud. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
No problem.
Yo, so outside of that though, you know what I'm saying, we gonna check back in, you know what I mean, and
tomorrow,
see what the status is tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We'll check in with each other, you know what I mean, before we check in with the people of the world, you know what I mean, as far as that go. But other than that, everything is quiet on my end. Like you said, we were able to cover everything. I wanted to hit this Psalm 12 right quick before we go.
Go ahead.
It's 8 verses.
Go ahead.
Help, Lord, for the godly man ceases, for the faithful disappear from among the sons of men. They speak idly, everyone with his neighbor. With flattering lips and a double heart they speak. May the Lord cut off all flattering lips and the tongue that speaks proud things. Who have said, with our tongue we will prevail, our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us? For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy. Now I will arise, says the Lord. I will set him in the safety for which he yearns. The words of the Lord are pure words, like silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. You shall keep them, O Lord. You shall preserve them from this generation forever. The wicked prowl on every side, when vileness is exalted among the sons of men. May I add a reading this is a reading unto the words of the Lord. Thanks be to the word of God. Amen.
Wow, that's deep. And
that's why I had, you know what I'm saying, we was on our 12, and then, you know what I mean? So when I saw that,
the wicked
I was like, oh, that's ill right there.
Yeah.
The wicked exhaust you. Just keep going and 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 keep going. Like the fuck.
But you know the worst thing by you reading that, the worst creation for mankind was the ability to speak.
What, free will, you mean? Or just
speak
being
words.
able to speak, period?
Words.
Like creating new words, you mean? What
speaking,
form?
Communication, talking, just
communication,
words, letters, all of that.
You know what's ill? You know what's ill when you say that, right?
What?
You know what's ill when you say that is the story of the Tower of Babel and Nimrod. And they was building the towers. They let us build, not verbatim, you know, but we do our research. But the Tower of Babel, Nimrod, and they was building like the skyscrapers. How these skyscrapers are right now?
Yeah.
Right. That's like symbolic to the form of the Tower of Babel back then in the Old Testament. And everyone had spoke the same language at that time. So God, not verbatim, but basically the Tower of Babel fell and everyone was dispersed not dispersed, but like the languages were severed purposely now, because, you know, God was like, you know, if they all talking together and they able to come together, they trying to be basically like God. You get what I'm saying? That's the type of time that like Nimrod was on, basically. So it was ill that you had said that right there.
Yeah.
You know, that was a trigger for me right there. You know what I mean? When you said that about the languages and everything, that triggered that Bible story right there. That's one of the illest to me.
Yeah, but being able to speak. I remember I was in a was it philosophy or one of them damn shits, but basically the professor was talking about communications, like, you know, how we communicate with each other, and it went back to the cavemen, like, you understand what I mean, being able to speak and use hand gestures to communicate with another human.
That shit don't mean nothing because motherfuckers still don't understand this communication.
Why you got your camera on?
I got my camera off because I'm just relaxing, man. Now I'm trying to throw it down. I get aggravated. I ain't even gonna tell a story, but I just got frustrated.
Do what I do. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Go outside.
I don't be trying to hear no shit. I ain't get aggravated in that sense.
Go outside.
And that's why we be our own therapists.
Be happy. That's all.
Word.
Women do not want to, but you gotta understand.
Solomon, I said that nigga had you walking forever. You'll get to heaven fucking with him. Avoiding as many motherfuckers as he say avoid.
He was a master builder. He was one of the first master builders, master masons.
First nigga to walk to heaven.
You supposed to.
For real.
You still got your studio?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be your time. Yo,
Get in the booth.
Trying to hear that. Get in the booth.
All that shit sound good, bro. If your brain can't gather 15 minutes together, it ain't. I don't give a fuck who you are, nigga. If you can't get 20 minutes, like for your brain to breathe, who the fuck are you gonna be?
Yeah,
you ain't gonna have no brain power to do nothing.
That's why I love art.
Motherfuckers don't understand. That's why I could see when a nigga said that line. He said, "Kobe, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym," meaning literally. Like you couldn't do the little shits that helped me write this rhyme. You couldn't even hold me down and do. So how the fuck you gonna really be talking about half? Like you stood there. You know how much fucking time it took for me to actually build this thought of mine. How aggravated I had to be in for the fuck. It's just like you can't do shit. All you can do is sit and mold.
It was a good show.
Yeah,
touched on everything. It's brick out here. About to go his out.
That's because that drug is wearing off, nigga. Them gummies ain't on you no more.
See, word?
Them gummies, them shit's only a 5 nigga high anyway.
Rick. What's up with my man Nick, man?
I spoke to Nick yesterday. He just got his phone back. It got broke when he was in New York.
Oh, okay.
You know Nick.
Yo, so what's up? Where we at?
We was basically getting ready to close off, I guess. That, you know, I was trying to leave the energy alone, but my shit gonna sit at this level for a second.
All right, so it sounds like we having a halftime
recap, but that's not even gonna be good, bro. Nigga need to listen. I'm gonna figure things out because this shit is ridiculous. It's like the 5th time a nigga got to go through, so I'm gonna start going to the other spot again.
All right, copy.
It's a shame a nigga can't at least get like that shit is like frustrating. It doesn't make no sense. You can't.
Yeah, you could pull up
minutes if you're not thinking about what the fuck somebody wants you to think about. I guess.
It's Valentine's, man. It should be nothing but love in it.
I ain't listen.
Love.
That's where that's how come Willie Lynch fucked up your mind because he don't get y'all. You're not even gonna be in touch. You don't know the bridges to get there.
Yeah, you know what's beautiful?
You don't understand the bridges to get there. That's what when motherfuckers be like, we off topic, we off page. What's going on? You don't understand the steps of what the fuck it is like that should be going
on. Take your lady out to a nice Valentine's Day dinner, even though you're mad or whatever the situation is. It's gonna make you feel better.
Relaxing.
It's gonna make
counteract that energy. Yeah, do the knowledge to the weekend too. Like
I'm gonna do the knowledge to the weekend. I'm gonna smoke this blunt, and I'm gonna know, like y'all know, you get me angry, you just fucked up because now you're gonna have to deal with like whatever time it's gonna take for that shit to get off my brain.
Yeah, I'm trying to have my cousin. I'm trying to have my cousin on the line come on here, but I can't get in touch with me.
I ain't get in touch with me.
But no. I'm saying I'm gonna tell you this story. The man told me. I haven't spoken to him maybe in like 5 years. The man told me he been going through some shit with some girl, his baby moms. Nigga said he tried to poison him several times. She was doing kitchen witch shit, putting period blood in his food.
He's still with her?
Nah, he's trying to get away. Like he's trying to get away. Like I don't know. I'm like, yo, because he got a kid. But I was like, yo, that shit. He's like, yo.
Well, if she was looking for, what was their issues?
They tried to poison me and try to take a fake insurance policy out on me. I said, yo, you got to get the fuck out of Texas.
Oh, that's why she was looking for him. She wrote a policy.
Yeah, so
so that's the illest thing ever right there. To be that close, like you right there, and he right next to you. Yo, that's ill ass shit there, bro.
You think your situation, but yo,
hell
my God. When he told me that, I'm just saying.
My situation is,
but
I got frustrated and aggravated. That shit ain't nothing. Ain't nothing new.
Just to hear that, it's like, yo, what could I have done to you that you want to go down to those levels? You understand?
It's not even what.
It's not what I did, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah, it's what was done to them. Whatever
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? Transpired how they was
But
trained,
that's what's
how they was
crazy.
raised.
That need to be an episode. Like, you don't
I'm gonna get them on
understand.
here.
It need to be an episode. We need to do one like that. Like, what channels your anger, and then how far does it go?
Mm-hmm.
And how long does it go? Because I know, like, if you get me mad or something get me mad, like, I already know it ain't no operating.
So what's that kind of like? What's your level of self-control?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once you hit your max or your point. Yeah. If I hit my point, I know I can have a good 2 months. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Oh, you hold grudges.
I hold a grudge for real. I hold a grudge even after it's over. You just don't know it.
Yeah, I got a scripture. I
for never
you.
Forget
shit. It's your inside. Don't hold.
I don't never forget shit.
Hold up. Pause. Not pause like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I'm
about,
looking
man.
for something as y'all say that. Because my aunt just sent me. I'm gonna read something to you, and then I'm gonna let you know. Hold up. That's ill that you said that. Law of attraction, just how you talk about the Proverbs. So listen to this. This was Thursday. So she sent me the text. She sent me scriptures regularly. So she says, God cares about the pain you experience. He loves you. And in that love, he says, forgive. Colossians 3:13. Be gentle and ready to forgive. Never hold grudges. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. So I said, amen. That's what I realized through therapy. I hold grudges or did that more in the past. So this really speaks volumes, Auntie. And then I thanked her. Like, it was ill that she even sent me that, because that had been on my mind lately. Like, yo, I really do be holding grudges. Is that really, this is personal. This ain't got nothing to do with anybody else. But because you mentioned that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was thinking about that, and I was like, yeah, man. So everything coincides.
And I can't get rid of them. Only way to get rid of my grudge is to act upon it. So you might as well let me just stay with a grudge.
Right, because
what the fuck I'm thinking.
It eats inside of you. You're not supposed to. You know what I mean?
No, it's actually doing the opposite. Because if I do what the hell I want to do, and say fuck the,
So so basically what he's describing is he's learned how to channel that positively, so it won't be self-destructive. That's what that sounds like.
The whole thing about fuck that. I'd rather a grudge than you have a motherfucking cracked skull or whatever it may be. Just
right. So I
understand whatever it may be.
Yeah, I understand.
I can handle a grudge. Yeah. But do I hold one? Or would I have one? Of course. I would be a liar to tell you I wasn't. That don't make no fucking sense. I had feelings that shit made me mad then. What the fuck make you think if I think about it tomorrow, I ain't gonna be mad?
Just keep that scripture in your mind and heart as far as the forgiveness. And you know what I mean? That's all.
I can forgive you. That don't mean I still don't got a grudge.
That's not forgive. If you got a grudge, you haven't forgive.
I forgive, but your actions could be. Some people, it's just you. I look at it from what it like. I'm not looking at anything that's coming at me like actually you coming at me, because I don't believe an actual person can come at me. So I'm looking at it like what's channeling this energy.
Where's this coming from? Like how you say to me, right, Land?
Yeah,
where did it all derive from?
Where's this all derived? Like, where's this all gathering from?
Copy.
It could be the nigga who came and tried to tell me some info. Yo, Land, guess what happened? And fucked up my whole mind with that. Guess what's happening? Now got me in wet bubble fucking it. So you feel me? You can't say what it may be, but it can be anything.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I got you. I like how we broke that down, though.
Yeah, but I still hold that grudge. I'm not lying and gonna say, yeah, well, I forget. I'm not
holding. Yo, you heard him, Pop?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold a grudge forever, because it's either the grudge or those thoughts that I have in my mind coming the truth. So I'd rather the grudge.
So you will forgive but don't forget type. Would you say that instead of a grudge? You forgive, but you didn't forget.
No, it ain't even that I forgive. I expect. You ain't doing shit I ain't expect you to do. When you did it, then you had to come back to me like what Dbanger said when we was laughed about it because we must have had that situation before. Oh, yo, Land, you right. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to be a situation where you going to really. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I can get outright fucked. I'm just saying, like, it could come from fault or responsibility, anything. Like, and then it would come with common sense, like, what would make you do this, or what would make you, and then you think back, oh, this or this or this, oh, so it's spiteful, oh, so it's whatever it may be, or, and then it's like well, why would you not hold a grudge? Anytime you think of a situation like that and you see that type of action, you're gonna go, there it go. I only know it because I kept that feeling in the back of my mind. So when it show up again, I can describe it. I can understand.
So that's being aware of your triggers, almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like acknowledging and being aware of your triggers to know when they pop up, right?
You got to listen. I say to be a writer, you have to be half off and half genius. The off side has to be and most of you niggas that say y'all got a superhero. I don't have any superheroes. I have villains, super villains. I'm just being real. I have super villains. Like, you feel me? So you can manifest those super villains if you actually, get pulled out of character. So a rapper allows those super villains to be expressed during his actual channeling of a song or whatever it may be, but you can still know that they exist. I say that because I don't think about if you do something to me, what you don't know, what popped in my mind 3 seconds after you did that to me is the worst shit in life that can happen to you. And you're seeing it. Like, and it don't have nothing to do with me. I think that the gods work with me for crooked shit. You get land mad, watch your ass get fucked up somewhere, be rolling somewhere, talk about, I don't know how this happened, but yo, be my shit, yep, land mad. I think my energy is that serious.
Nah, but I feel you though. That's why it's best to stay sucker free.
That's impossible. That's a possible task.
Cold.
Stay sucker free.
Might have to go on my phone or something.
Stay sucker free. You can't have no kids. Yeah. That's when you get after fucking suckers just being a real nigga. Your household, your kids, your wife. That's when the sucker shit start. Stay sucker free. You need to go. You need to go in the streets.
You'll be fine. You'll be all right tomorrow.
Hey, yo.
Papa make it seem like a nigga was fucked up. We all right today.
Yeah, Pop.
My son was getting me angry today, but it's just like, God damn.
Yeah, you'll forgive. Your heart will forgive.
You said it's getting kind of chilly on that side, Pop?
Huh?
You said it's getting kind of chilly on that side?
Yeah, but my heart will forgive.
See, you keep saying I keep forgiving. I'm not a forgivable motherfucker. See, I tell
that's what I'm saying.
Shit. You gonna wake up one day, a nigga gonna be gone. Then you got to figure this shit out by yourself. And believe me, it ain't an easy task. You gonna wish you would have just listened to the little bit of shit that I said just to stay here a little bit longer. Believe me, work with the system.
You'll be fine.
I'm all right. You're not listening to that part. They can say I'm all right. I'm just trying to tell you ways for y'all to manage. I'm all right. I'm all right with whatever goes down. I'm all right. I can take my trip any night. I'm all right.
Yeah, y'all got me in the zone. I'm sitting over here. I'm like, oh yeah, I know we about to come back around in a second. One of these days.
I'm telling my dude, I'll be like, I'm all right.
I'm gonna get a jacket.
All right, so look.
Go for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, what we about to do? We about to slide on?
I got a blunt in my system right now. I'm being my own therapist. Hey, you could do what you I don't care. Nigga. I don't give a fuck right now. Oh man, I told my daughter, I said for 3, this is what's funny. This is why I say, yo, what children don't understand, and this is what's fucked up. Let me let y'all know this. Say what children don't understand is like we had parents that didn't really give a fuck. I don't know if y'all ever heard about these type of parents, like the shits that y'all see on TV, like the joints that like really they and not even to say they really had no idea what was going on. That's what I say. They really had no idea what was going on. So we thought, right? We thought, me, my niggas, a lot of all of us around, we thought, right? Since we ain't had no pops or nothing, when we had y'all and we put all of this great energy into y'all, how y'all was gonna appreciate this shit from jump. Cause y'all knew how it felt to have fathers, and we didn't have this. So we thought the whole road was gonna be different. We just didn't understand how the tables will turn at some point. And the kids can become just as fucking crazy as his parents.
Oh yeah, genes.
I said to my daughter for the whole 2 months, yo, could you dread up my hair? Could you dread up my hair? Could you dread up my hair? Could you braid my hair? Could you dread up my hair? My shit is on low glow right now. I ain't really got what I had back in the days when I was, making moves like one of the movers. So she ain't respecting my length. She still ain't trying to get me no braids, right? Now, you call me and you grown talking about, can I get your hair done? Hold up. Wait. The first thing I said was, yo, but what happened to my braids that I've been asking for a month? And she gonna hit me back with a, come on, but like for real. Also, my braids was like fake.
Like what you talking about? Like you were serious?
Yo, these kids, man, they are. I wish I knew what it felt to be entitled at some point. And I can't say that because my moms used to get us exactly what we wanted. So I couldn't say that's why that shit, I guess it didn't work. Because it didn't work for us. We just didn't notice it at the time. Like, you can get us whatever the fuck we want. That shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Because I know you ain't gonna be here when the fuck I need an answer.
I think I'm about to slide outside so I can do what you doing.
But you can't smoke in the house. You got restrictions in your palace. Look, this is that Willie Lynch shit. My nigga can't even get
hold up,
in the palace.
hold up.
Don't have me fuck up your household. I'm just
hold
stupid.
up, hold up. You should know me better. I've been trained and raised a whole different type of way in certain aspects.
Have me fuck up your household.
Up.
I'm talking shit. There's ants in between the walls. I told you I like that picture. And Chicago comes camera. I'm telling you. Leave it be. Let it be at what Lance said. Lance the Joker.
Yeah.
They don't charge me for this shit.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, though, you know what I'm saying? In defense of self, you understand what I'm saying? It's not that type of situation. You understand? Buttercup has no issue with me smoking in certain places of the home, of the house, brother. You understand? So now, it's not like that. But also, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
I want to respect the kingdom because, I don't want to have ashes on it. I understand, brother. I tried to let you get away easy. You didn't have to tell us about what Buttercup wanted. Like that was you want this joint keep going because Buttercup. They're gonna see you. They're gonna be like, "Yo, B, that shit was bananas." Buttercup, Buttercup. They got my man Banger memes, bananas, Buttercup.
yo, you gotta check that. What's up with the whole Messenger and Facebook?
What's going on with the Messenger and Facebook? These niggas that you mean for YouTube or whatever that be putting up them funky ass messages.
Nah, I'm talking about on your side. I sent you something on Messenger. Did you get it?
On YouTube?
No, man, on Facebook Messenger.
Oh yeah, I ain't on Facebook right now.
That
You
all
think
right.
just
all
because my film is down, when my joint go down, it's just because I don't want them lights in my face and niggas start feeling dizzy.
Nah, I'm not talking. I'm you. Oh, so you're not. All right. So when you
I'm
able to
still in the
get to it,
same
then
position, just with no lights in my goddamn face. That's all.
nah, I got you on that side. I was talking about. I wanted you to hear something. I sent something to you for you to listen to.
Oh, yesterday I heard those bars.
All right. So what's the 1 to 10? What you give it 1 to 10?
But I don't do 1 to 10 with Banger. I like with Banger
I
and Pop
understand all that,
Smoke.
Land, but I'm specifically asking you for a
Well,
reason
you
though.
want me to tell you what I think, honestly?
1 to 10.
You full of shit because you're supposed to be in the studio 2 weeks ago. So why are you sending me tracks right now when you still trying to get the rate for them? Why don't you just finish the track and get it done? You done
What you
sent
mean
me
finish the track? That song is finished.
whatever track you were supposed to finish. Why are you playing? You were
I'm
supposed to be
asking
in
about the baby girl joint, brother.
I'm telling you what you asked me what I thought, right? And I'm saying I don't give a damn about the baby girl joint. If you're supposed to come in the studio 2 weeks ago, you still want the baby girl joint. You don't want to hear what I got to say
I'm
about.
saying because when you a creative individual and you asking for feedback from people that you understand, you take your heed in your counsel. You get what I'm saying? I take heed in my counsel now. So basically, I'm asking for feedback, and you giving me the runaround on the basic feedback.
Let me listen to the whole record all the way through, brother. I listened to it on Facebook or Messenger, so I only got to hear it for a couple seconds, and then when the phone cut off, I didn't actually go back to it.
Oh, and on top of that, you didn't even hear the whole John, and you
I
was
thought
and all that. That's why you was trying to throw me off with the fluff talk about the joint I was supposed to
I
do
wish
in the
you could
booth
see my
already.
face.
Because you technically didn't even.
I wish you could see my face. I tried to save you from all of it, but by just going.
Save me from what?
But the song? Not saying you like a result because I didn't actually listen and catch a whole full result. I like what the first part I was hearing, so I wasn't gonna naturally put it down.
All right, so at least we got some type of positive.
Yeah, I was already
up in there. You like the first part?
No, I was liking what I was hearing. It was just that you don't understand. I don't get attention like that where I can dial in. That was my whole point to get into. So the attention span that I got for that, yeah, I didn't get to put my whole into it. Nah, not yet.
All right. Well,
I get to put my whole into it. But when I heard that, I thought that this is going back to what I'm saying now. When I heard that, I thought you were giving me a preview to what you were supposed to be doing 2 weeks ago.
Nah.
No, hold on. That's my statement that you paid for the studio for.
Yeah, nah, that's different. That's something different right there. That's
popping up. See, that's the conversation we last had about when we was gonna get in the studio, and then you just sent me a joint. So let me know why.
He got you. It was almost like that movie. It was like that movie Menace to Society.
We having a conversation.
You bought the beer at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what you're saying, Papa, and I feel you.
You bought the beer and
having a conversation about the track.
Nah, it was.
So when he asked me about the track, I'm going Dbanger. Don't try to like pass the whole issue. You sending me the track to say what? That we ain't finished the conversation about when your ass supposed to come in here and finish recording your track or start your track. That's okay. You sending me this track. So I was trying to just throw that out there and say, no, fuck the track, nigga.
Yeah.
When are we gonna start talking about when you gonna get back on page?
Yeah.
Nah, you right.
Taking accountability.
No, you right.
Getting shit done. You gonna send me to hear the track that this back to the Buttercup shit. This shit bananas, Buttercup.
Yeah, I got you.
That's what my point was. That you ain't catching me, Papa said, because I actually was liking it. I told him it before he cut me off to explain. I was getting that Papo vibe because you know how you and like Papo, you got your own unique flow when I hear you. Even though it's that old Queens type of shit, you know, that old Queens done, what up, run, the son done, but you got some way of putting it where the shit sound good. Banger has a distinctive voice, and he be thinking he a playboy. So that's what this whole joint was about. Yeah, play girl, because you can hear it in the voice. I know you liking the voice, and you know, do it by choice. You know, I heard the bars because I was listening, but I'm just not taking it in because when you come into the studio, don't try to send me a joint like, yeah, like that. No, get in the studio, nigga. That's done.
Yeah, but Ben have a way of. You can't bullshit this nigga. This nigga
with that. That's my whole
so I used to try to use the same shit.
Use what though?
Yo, he be like, yo, what's up? Like, yo, Charlie, like, damn, like,
you
fuck.
did the throw off. Yo, man, how this sound? I need to know as an artist. As an artist, I'm telling you, get the fucking roof on. Now come down and do what you're supposed to do.
All right, man.
What kind of shit sound that you already got done? Bro, because you ain't finishing the whole chapter. That's the page, right?
Yeah, but the joint that I sent you is part of the book. It's part of the chat. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's all part of the process.
Yo,
there's a process with this thing. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing a project,
Detroit Cousins, right? I told you, hot, fire, right? Track, we never heard about it again. It's gone. The next joint you said, right? I sent you the baby girl joint. I listened to a couple of joints. You told me 6, 7, now I'm gonna put you on the spot since you want to do this. 6, 7 weeks ago, you was trying to figure out how we was gonna put a Dbanger joint up here to be playing.
You gotta listen to Baby Girl.
Now if I listen to Baby Girl, Papa, that's what that was said for. That's why he said baby. He want to start off to be the old therapist with the. All right, we go Baby Girl next week. We gonna figure that one out. Now, when are you getting to the studio?
I'm getting over there as soon as I can. Like, I'm OT right now, so when I get back, when I get back in the city, then that's when I'm gonna have to get my schedule together. Cause like I like. You know what I mean? It's like a process.
See, this is what we doing. We in the denial state. Did you get the job yet?
Nah, man, I ain't got no job yet, man. I'm still working on it.
What is the schedule coming from? You ain't got no schedule. This is what the fuck did you get a schedule from? What are you scheduled to do?
Yo, that's like, all right, man. Just because I don't work for the man,
no, I'm
understand. Just because I ain't in a 9-to-5 grind for the man, you understand, doesn't mean that I still don't have a.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying I think you should get in the mood of whatever you need to do for yourself right now. Do that right now before you get in the schedule of the man, and it becomes an hassle. Yeah. I wasn't saying it as a knock. I'm saying, like, if you saying you got schedule, nigga, you ain't got no schedule, you ain't got no job on the line.
Nah, you right.
All right, open the door.
You know how. So like now that part I align with what Pop said earlier. You can't bullshit this nigga. Now when I come with that, yeah, all right. So on that part of it, you got me. You got me. Copy. You are absolutely correct. I'm not even able to say anything with that, so I just got to get to it.
Gotta let that nigga win, because you gonna dig yourself into a big.
I gotta get to it. So then that way, yeah.
No, nigga, y'all gotta put you in the schedule. I think Friday is free. Nigga, Monday is free. Tuesday free. Wednesday free. Look at the days, real fucking close. You don't feel like I see him.
Yo, listen, I'm about to go blaze this L, man. I'm outside, you inside blazing. I'm about to go do what I do, man. So look. Where we at? What we doing?
You know where we at? What we doing? You know we was at what you was doing. I'm blazing. It's free. I'm out. Time up. This ain't part of the schedule.
All right, copy, man. People of the world, you see and hear, you know what I'm saying, Lane's antics and all. So, you know, that's basically how we do.
Yeah,
like you said, Pop, we basically we accomplished the goal. We came and did what we were called to do, you know?
That's not true. I wanted to hear some of your notes on the brother Marcus Garvey. You just giving me more time to actually prepare. Yeah, but hold up. Go handle your business, bro. Go handle your business.
All right, so
step away. If you needed that time to get, in your different state, I know how I feel sometimes, man.
Yeah, I didn't want to get caught up, so I wanted to take care of my homework first because I've been in that homework mode lately. So let me show and prove.
You've been in that mode.
What? What you said?
Nothing, man. Why can't I just say a sick statement and let it go by?
All right, so check it.
You want me to
check it. This is part of what I have. So Marcus Garvey quotes, like a collection or couple. Take advantage of every opportunity where there is none. Make it for yourself. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the tongue is mightier than both of them, than both put together. Pardon me. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the tongue is mightier than them both put together. And then liberate the minds of men, and ultimately you will liberate the bodies of men. That's fire. All of them are fire.
That's a mean task, and ultimately.
Yeah, so like, well, something I was gonna say. Oh, so check it. The dude that attempted the assassination on Marcus Garvey in October 1919. Garvey was shot twice in the legs. The dude, he was soon apprehended, but he died in an escape attempt from jail. And it was never, like, they never interviewed him, or it was never revealed from the interview why he tried to kill Garvey. They didn't really give any history too much other than that. And then outside of that, the motto for the UNIA was one God, one aim, one destiny. And I had it written down, the movement infiltrated by federal agents, and that's ill that we had just touched on Old Boy. That was fire when Jai brought that up, and then we were able to expound on that. That was fire, because that was something I didn't even know about Old Boy, the first black FBI agent and all of that. That was ill. So outside of that, his wife, well, his second wife, I think she was white, wasn't she?
Nah, they was both black.
Oh, Frederick Douglass' second wife was white, or first wife or something. Okay. Yeah, but his second wife, her name was Amy Euphemia Jacques Garvey, or Jacques Garvey. Garvey, rather. Yeah. And I spoke about Garvey.
Yeah, you did.
T.J. Walker and Mega Evans on the prayer call today. That was fire. Y'all helping me with the homework for Be Your Own Therapist, that was able to transit into the prayer call, being that it's Black History Month and everything. And then I was able to get some good feedback on that. So, iron sharpens iron, man, as brothers hold each other down, man. Not verbatim, but that's basically how it goes.
Yeah, we would hope it's not verbatim.
All right, so you know what? Let me go do what I do, man. I'm gonna hit you.
Wow. Yeah, because come on, one of my partners, they gonna look at the, they extra Harlem. We gonna look at the joint with his son. And every other statement, they pause it and pause it and pause it. Yo, what these men, what y'all saying out y'all? They had a good moment. Corrected our statements. Let's just say. Yeah, but like Dbanger said, y'all, we not filtering enough for the night. We good.
So we watch this. Oh shit!
What you watching right now? Because too much of your old therapists, we gonna be on the patio like my nigga. That's why you drinking that shit. She got you on the patio tonight.
I'm outside because my phone whacked, so I needed a computer.
Phone whack. But why you can't have a computer in the house where the line work?
I don't want everybody listening to what I gotta say. Everybody motherfuckers talking.
Yeah, because you feel like you gotta tiptoe around with the fucking
I ain't gotta tiptoe.
All right.
Not in this house.
All right. Keep talking that shit.
Nowhere.
You keep talking that shit.
10 toes down, nigga.
Hey, nigga, 10 toes down. Let her pop up one episode. Nigga, they go, you see, no, that was my face. Come on, man. Look, it's always a different P. It ain't me.
Down, nigga.
It was only me with his pop.
This house.
Yeah, I hear that shit.
Chilling, man. I'm chilling.
Yeah, I know you chilling.
No problems with nobody.
We shouldn't have any problems with nobody. We not trying to create any problems. It's supposed to be beautiful.
Beautiful out
here. It's supposed to be, man. You went to K-Market, got you some bum ass wine?
I think said K-Market. The fuck is K-Market?
You know, every supermarket like a K-Mart once you get out of the town.
Nah.
Where you went to?
I had wine already. I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, I'm about to say, you gonna go at this time to go get some wine. You have wine already in the house. That's her wine, nigga. Nigga don't drink no wine.
I do. It's good for your heart.
What happened to them White Russians?
No more.
What happened?
No more.
Tell me your worst experience with a White Russian.
Huh? No more than alcohol shit like that.
Nigga, that ain't no alcohol. That's a cream daiquiri.
Nah, shit got the core in the world. Fuck to make that shit.
Nigga, they got to put some
power. I ain't had a White Russian, and I usually get a whiskey sour.
Ain't no drink white ever gonna knock me down on my ass.
Nigga said.
Fuck, because they say white is like the light version, nigga.
I drink me a nice cold beer, Blue Moon, and I'm chilling.
You a beer nigga?
Yeah, man.
A Blue Moon. We gotta end this episode. You can't say shit like that. You, if anything, you Blue Moon. We ain't got no fights going on tonight.
UFC, but I ain't into that shit.
I ain't into no UFC niggas. That's too fast. You can't predict no winner. Any kick of the nigga could be the champ, B.
I want to see two niggas grab each other and shit like that. Nah.
Yeah, that wrestling shit dead. Even though they be hitting niggas hard though.
Yeah, but yeah.
I think my son see that shit sometime. I had this nigga was asleep. This nigga was knocked out. Knocked the fuck out. Took this nigga in the room. As soon as I lay this nigga down, this nigga get up. And now he sound like he back up on his bullshit. This motherfucker's like an Energizer bunny. Remember that time we was in the hotel, me, you, and A, and y'all niggas said I fell asleep for how long? And I got up.
Yeah.
Yo, that's how this nigga is. Every fucking day. Every day. Yo, this nigga will pop up an hour like he had 9 hours of sleep and run for another 24 hours, bro. This nigga, he using his fucking battery for the wrong shit. You better hold off. You're gonna need that battery. And watch me. I'm gonna have that nigga when he go, as soon as he get old enough, that nigga gonna be in every running sport there can be. Football, basketball, baseball, soccer. I'm gonna have that nigga running so much, and that nigga come in the house, he ain't gonna do nothing ever but lay down.
He's go to sleep.
And they're gonna lay down at 40 from what his father did. Come on, let's lay down, B. For real, that nigga running. Y'all want to run me to death? I got you. That's why them parents be putting them motherfucking kids into all them sports. You want to run a motherfucker to death? I got something for you to run. Run a drill. Your motherfucker ass run a couple drills. Shit get real. You start talking, daddy, my thigh. My calf. Now you gonna sit that ass down. We gonna hit you with the countdown and you let you know we out now. Peace to the people. This is Beyond Therapist, man. This is Landlord.
Banger out.
Banger, you
Hogg
know.
out. Brother John was up in here.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody, the energy for the night.
I'll try to get another guest next time.
Yeah, I've been downgrading on the guests sometimes because I just wanted to stick to the topic at hand. Because sometimes when I start, but
based on the topic for what we're talking about, certain people how Banger brought homie from the last time.
Yeah, I let you. Yeah, I'm just saying because how when I bring the forum, then niggas start looking like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, but based on the topic, like certain people got based on. Like, all right, this would be a good person. Yo, come on tonight.
Yeah, but I know all my niggas got something that, they ain't gonna show it to everybody, but they gonna express it that moment they can. They got something intelligent to feed into the system. They might hold back and, might be shy, but they definitely know what's going on. But anyway, like we said, this is Beyond Therapist, man. We enjoy the energy. Check us out on Spotify, Apple, Google, radio, something like that. I always forget that one. I don't know why. Make sure y'all stay informed.
Peace, bro.